What's up again, friends? We're back again with some more content, some more information. So lately I've been seeing on a lot of videos that people have been making these survival canteens or survival bottles. They've been using the Nalgene or just a stainless steel or like a metal bottle, and they've been storing survival stuff inside of them. I collect a lot of survival stuff, so it's not necessarily something that I would be too interested in. If I was short on resources, I would definitely take what I could get so far as these bottles are concerned. So yeah, I would take one, definitely, if I were short on resources. But what happens if you're in a situation where crap has hit the fan and everybody's just pretty much out on their own? All your friends and people that know that you are a avid prepper, or you like to stay aware and you like to stay prepared, they're going to be knocking at your door in these times of distress. And what do you tell them? You've only been stocking resources and things that are preparing you and your family for this forthcoming disaster. So what do you tell them? Well, you know, a lot of people are going to be sending people away because they just don't have the means or the resources to provide for extra people that they didn't account for. So I think that it was a good idea to make these bottles to pass out to those, because you don't want to leave a friend or somebody just stranded, you know, say, hey, I can't help you, and shut the door in their face. While you can't help them, you might still be able to provide a decent amount of resources, so they might be able to take care of themselves or sustain themselves for at least a couple of days. And so that's what I thought was cool about these bottles when I seen it. So with that being said, I decided to put one together myself. It is a 32-ounce bottle, water bottle. It's not a Nalgene or anything. It's a pretty generic bottle. And yeah, I've stocked it with a lot of things. I want to get your feedback, and I want to see that feedback in the comments. If you would, let me know what you think about the contents inside of my survival bottle that I put together. One thing I also noticed about the survival bottles is that a lot of people don't utilize the outside, make their bottle as versatile as they possibly can. And so that's what I did with mine. And I hope that you enjoy it. We're going to get into this right now. Well, without further ado, this is the water bottle. Like I said before, it's a 32 ounce. This is the outside of it. Yeah, so I think the easiest thing for us to get into this water bottle is to kind of go over the outside of it. I know this bottle is pretty beefy, so yeah, I wanted to try to utilize as much of the space on this water bottle as I could, and so I did a lot of utilization to the outside of the bottle. So with that being said, let's kind of get into this thing and see what's going on. So, first of all, we can see that we got a little bandana on the outside. We should be able to go ahead and flip this up and take the tension off of that bandana. Take a little strap off. It's going to release the tension for that. And you should be able to just move your paracord and pull that bandana right off of there. Another thing too is your bandana can be used as a face mask. So a lot of people double pack that inside of their water bottles that I've noticed, and you don't need to double pack, you know, a bandana and a mask. So we're still in the times of the COVID, so there's that. Another thing that I have on here are these neat little carabiners slash paracord tensioners. You put your paracord through the hole back there, then you pull tight, and it puts tension on your paracord. So if you were looking to make a really quick shelter, then those would come into handy. And I got those on the back of the bottle on one of these little Molly D-rings on the back. Put that to the side. Next thing, we got a pin light. This pin light has the little plastic piece on the back to preserve the batteries. So if it doesn't turn on, that's why. And let me see. Go ahead and show you that little thing. So there you go. Let's see here. I got this little bag here situated inside one of the straps. So you got something to put all your contents inside of your bottle. You could put those inside the bag. It's equipped with that. Moving forward, a lot of people carry full-size Leathermans and things like that. Your typical brand junkies, you know. But you don't have to carry a Leatherman or anything like that. You can simply just carry a nice small multi-tool. Very compact, about half the size of your full-size multi-tools that's on the market. Just a little small tool for you to have. And that's also on my bottle here. Of course, the straps are useful too. Maybe you collecting wood or anything like that. You could just put your bundle of smalls or your wood in there and just carry that to your camp. That's ×2. A little bit of paracord from where the bandana was situated. That's also on this kit. And that's just a little bit of paracord compared to what's actually on here. So just wait for that. We're gonna put this back on here. Also, it's another one of those Molly webbing holders right here that's on there. Little elastic band. You can utilize that. We got a contractor bag on here. Large style contractor bag. Of course, you can use your contractor bag for shelter, for foraging, for holding water. So this 32-ounce survival bottle has a contractor bag on it. If you looked at my other videos, you've seen all the uses for contractor bags, but mainly we'll probably use that for shelter. And we got to think that we're going to be outside. So obviously somebody who is going to have the ability to stay inside their home is not going to necessarily need a bottle like this, because they're going to have all the resources they need inside the house. So if someone is displaced and they're outside, then they would obviously want like a water bottle like this. Again, you don't want to send anybody away with nothing. So if you had something like this that you can give someone, it will be great help. This is actually a little funny. This is a razor blade, but it is it's actually like an eyebrow liner. But I wanted to pack a little razor blade in there for cutting things that need to be cut real fine, or maybe you found a fish and you want to cut it open and everything. Well, the razor blade is going to be sharp enough for you to be able to do that cutting, and maybe you can use that serrated edge and scrape off the scales or something. So I thought this was a little nice addition to the kit. Also, you know, one of your most important resources while you're out there are your feet. You want to keep your feet taken care of. You want to keep your feet dry, first and foremost, because those, if your feet go down, then it's going to be a big thing. It is the first Wednesday of the month, so they are doing the emergency test on all the alarms. So sorry that you hear that. With that being said, regarding your feet, we got a pair of socks on your bottle. That's one sock. And then we got paracord wrapped around. Paracord wrapped around the first sock around your bottle. That's about 20 feet of paracord. Then the second sock covers this, so you got 2 pairs of socks, and then you have your whole bundle of paracord. You got your tin foil that's just tucked down into the sock. This is going to be your signaling device should you need it. So it's tin foil wrapped up. It's probably about a little 5 by 5 piece of tin foil that you're going to use as a signaling device. And that's what's on the outside. I'm not going to undo this yet. I'm not going to undo this at all, because I want to put the bottle back together just the way I had it, and it's less work for me. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to the contents on the inside of the bottle and kind of show you what's in here. And if you couldn't tell, I like the color orange. So the first thing we're going to pull out of here is a little handsaw. So while you're out there and you get your fire going really good, you know, just having a knife or anything is not going to really help you get your bigger pieces of wood that you need in order to build your fire and really help it grow. So we got a chainsaw, a little hand chainsaw, where you can get your big pieces of wood in order to help your fire really grow and mature. Next in here, we have a car charger, and then we have a 9-volt battery, and attached to that 9-volt battery is a little brass key. I've also noticed that most people think that the little lipstick charger is the most appropriate thing for one of these bottles. Well, those lipstick chargers, they need to be charged for one. And another thing is that heat is really going to beat them up. So even if you could charge it, that heat is really going to deplenish the power that's stored on one of those. But if you have a brand new 9-volt battery, a car charger, and a piece of brass, then you can use this as a charger for your phone. You know, your batteries are going to last you about 7 to 10 years, so they say. So I mean, you can pretty much cut that in half. So you might have to go through your kit if you have it for a while. Just replace your 9-volt battery, wrap your key around your new battery, and then that's your charger for your mobile device. We have a little P38 can opener. Always want to keep that with us. These are little pieces of rubber. They're not necessarily Ranger bands or anything like that. Little pieces of rubber that I keep in there for uses of wrapping things up very tight. It's got a lot of tension on there. So I think I keep 4 in there. It might be 4. Yep. So keep 4 of these in there. And the thing about that I like most about my kit is that it's not packed in there so tight where I can't get things out of there. So we got micro cord. We probably got like 30 feet of micro cord. And you know, micro cord has about 150 pounds worth of tensile strength. So you could also use your micro cord if you wanted to preserve your paracord. You could use your micro cord to build your shelter. It has plenty enough tensile strength in order to be able to withstand that. Little fire kit, a couple of these fire plugs, plus a couple of these waterproof matches, put into a little small baggie. So look at our fire bags. We got everything that we need in here to cover our 5 C's. So pay attention to that as we continue to keep going. We have zip ties. Many uses for zip ties. It's kind of a fast way of tying things up. I have a pair of tweezers in this little kit. I have this multi-tool that has bits on it that you can use. This also has a small light on the end, and then it has a Phillips head, flat head, all the tools that you need if you wanted like a little small screwdriver. Plus it has a little can opener there on the side. We have a little mini, I call it the little Iron Man flashlight because it has a little light on there. So a number 2 setting, it's a little dimmer, and then it has a signaling device on it. So I think this little button light is a great addition for the bag. I've got a couple more zip ties in here that might fall out once I get a little space. Here we have us some wire tied up here, and we have a couple of cotter pins, little long, maybe 5-inch cotter pins here. Cotter pins are going to be good for using as as your tent stakes, as a substitute for like your tent stakes. And the wire can obviously be tailored to make a grate for cooking your fish or any food that you may have caught while you're out there. So that's in the kit. Of course, we have the Bic lighter inside the kit. There's another one of those. The kit is equipped with an ink pen. We have your fishing spline. It's kind of self-explanatory. Your fishing spline, I'm just gonna set that right there. You have your signaling whistle. This is actually a 3-in-1. Actually, I think it's a 4-in-1. So it is a whistle, your compass. A lot of people pack the button compasses, but if this has it on there, just fine. So the whistle, the button compass, the thermometer, and I think a lot of people don't realize that on these little multi-tools, they actually have a magnifying glass. And the magnifying glass, of course, is another resource that you can use to start a fire. So for people who haven't noticed this, if you watch this video, there's a magnifying glass on this little deal. We have a little Kershaw here, a Kershaw knife. I forget the name of it, but a pretty nice little knife there. That's also equipped in the kit. Here is your emergency blanket. I noticed that a lot of people, they've been having a hard time getting their emergency blanket out. Well, if you take that and you fold that emergency blanket in half, and then you put a little duct tape on it and set it down there, position it down inside your bottle in the corner, then you shouldn't have a problem sliding that right on out. So this is just a 1-person emergency blanket that's also equipped in this kit. Is coming loose. Dumping the rest of these contents out so I can wrap my paracord back up. All right. Just kind of put that there. Next up, we have one of these little small filters right here, Frontier filter. This thing can filter up to 30 gallons worth of water. from a lake, stream, get all that protozoa things out of the water when you drink it. This isn't a stainless steel or metal bottle, so we want to make sure that we got filtration, so we can get all those nasty particles out of your water that you don't want to ingest. We got a little medical kit. It's got some Blistex in it. It's got some thread in there. You got some cold medicine. You got super glue, a little small thing of super glue. You got Q-tips, you got Band-Aids, you got antiseptic ointment. You have thread, sanitized thread and needle in case you need to sew someone up. You got a little small pair of scissors. We got some Advil in here, and we have medicine for if you have an upset stomach, also in this kit. Most people skimp on these kits when it comes to these bottles. One thing that you will never see me doing is skimping on any type of medical products in any of my kits, because it's just that important. We got a small thing of bug repellent that came out of that bottle. Self-explanatory. I put the fishing spline right there because this is a little sewing kit. That's why the thread was in there. It's got a lot of safety pins in there. It has a couple of sewing needles. And of course, you can turn your safety pins into fishing hooks. And that can kind of complement your spline right there. Of course, you've seen this before, taking your straw and kind of closing up both ends. Inside of this is some shavings from a bar of soap. So you have a way to sanitize your hands and clean your hands. You know, you just dab a little bit inside your hands, wash your hands, and you can kind of save yourself from ingesting anything nasty that's gonna be out there while you're there. Of course, a little small flint and steel ferrocerium rod with the striker that is inside of the kit. Got a little roll of duct tape inside our kit. Some Lotrimin. That's for your feet. You know, remember, keep your feet dry, keep your feet taken care of. So you definitely want some Lotrimin in there so you can kind of treat your feet if they get wet while you're out there. So you can take care of that. And then this is just a little generic, small, little pocket knife. And it's got a little file on there. You might be able to use a file to strike a match. I haven't really perfected that technique yet, but you might be able to. A small little generic knife, and then a can opener. And that is it. That's everything that I got inside this kit. I hope that everybody enjoyed the video. I hope that everybody's seen all the products. If there is something inside this kit that you think that I should improve on, or if you really like the kit, then please leave the comments below. I appreciate everybody for subscribing and being a part of the channel and the page, and I'll see you next time.